Rumor is spread of a dungeon beneath the ruins of Kravlas, controlled by a dark being capable of calling monsters to defend its underground lair. Surely, this is the work of one of the legendary summoning stones. And so, brave adventurers have traveled to the dungeon, hoping to face the darkness and claim a stone for themselves. Despite danger lurking down every hall, allegiances can last only so long when a summoning stone is the ultimate prize.
Hey Luke.
What?
I've got an idea.
What?
Why don't we team up against Dad?
Okay, that's awesome.
What's that? What's going on here?
Oh, we're
Nothing.
really ready to get on the game, so yeah.
Thought I heard something about a team up.
Oh, no. You're imagining things.
Okay, good. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith. This is
Andrea.
And this is
Luke Smith.
That's right. So in this video, we're beginning our actual gameplay. It feels like it's been a long time coming, but it's here. We're finally going to get started.
Woo!
Sort of. Before we get started, there's just a couple things we have to go over first. One of our viewers, Dennis, wrote in. He wanted me to clarify something important about the end game. Now, the end game is once someone has finally collected the summoning stone. All right. So once one of our heroes has that, the end game begins. And there's a small change about how movement works with heroes who are sharing tiles with other heroes. Normally during the game, you can leave a tile that has another hero on it anytime you want. Just leave the tile. You don't have to evade or anything like that. However, during the end game, if you're on a tile with another hero, whether they have the summoning stone or not, you can't just leave that tile. You have to do an evade check. If you fail the evade check, you stay on the tile with that hero. The nice thing is they don't get a free attack. Remember, when you do evade against a monster, if you fail, the monster gets a free attack against you. So that's just an important clarification. We'll see that in more detail during the actual gameplay, which we are going to get to. But first, I just want to point out these great t-shirts we're wearing. These came from Chris Birch of Joystick Junkies. They enjoyed our show and wanted to send us along a couple of free t-shirts, and we just thought we'd wear them and show them to you here. I'm wearing one that says, "We come in pieces." And it's got some asteroid figures on it, made out of Legos, which is kind of cool. And Andrew's wearing the Joystick Junkies logo t-shirt. So thanks for that, Chris. We appreciate it. Hope you enjoy seeing your t-shirts on the show. And now, I think we're ready to begin.
Yippee.
Okay, so I'm first player, which means I get to go first. So I'm going to be moving for my turn. Drawing a tile. Placing my character.
And so Andrew's landed on a regular tile. It's got both treasure and encounter dice on it. So Andrew's going to roll one die, and we'll see if anything gets revealed in this tile. She's rolled a 2, and that means both a treasure and encounter card are going to be placed on this tile.
Okay, so now I'm going to be drawing my treasure card and placing it face down on the tile. And then the encounter card and placing it face up.
Hopefully it's something nasty. Let's see. So Andrea is on the tile with a giant rat. Okay, and what it says here is if you kill the giant rat, you have to roll a die, and on 1 or 2, you don't get to put the rat in your loot pile, and instead, it stays in the tile and all of its wounds are removed. So this rat could be difficult to get rid of, but first the rat's going to attack you. So we got to roll 4 dice because that's the attack power of the rat. Go ahead and roll the die. All right, now this rat hits on 2s or 3s. And guess what Andrew rolled? A whole bunch of 2s. Okay, so what we have to do is set aside these 2s as potential hits against Andrea. And now Andrea gets to roll her attack dice.
So I'm going to be attacking with my brawn. And because of my special ability here, I'm going to get to add 2 to it, which means I'm going to get to roll 5 dice.
So Andrea's rolled no dice that match the attacks of the rat. However, she might be able to block if any of her other dice are potential hits. In order to hit the giant rat, Andrea has to roll 3s or higher. And thankfully, she's rolled a bunch. Actually, all of them are 3s or higher.
Which means I can block with any of the dice, but I'm only going to block with 2.
All right, so that means 3 of them are going to count as hits. And this giant rat has a life value of 3, so this giant rat could be dead. So because Andrea only chose to block 2 of the hits, she's going to take 1 wound. But now because she hit the rat for 3, she might have killed it. All right, now normally it would kill it because it only has 3 life. But because of the rat's special ability, we have to see if it actually dies. So Andrew's going to roll a die, and on a roll of 3, 4, 5, or 6, the rat is dead.
Okay, so this rat's mine. And also I'm going to be taking off a wound marker, which is rallying.
That's the rally. Because she defeated the monster, she gets to do a rally action, which is a free action. Takes a wound marker off.
And for my last action, I'm going to search, which is going to be revealing the treasure.
All right, let's see what you got.
Okay, so I picked up the poison dagger, and since it lets people use it if they have the talent ability, and I do, I can equip it right away. And what it does is when I'm attacking with my brawn, if I cause wound markers you put on them, I can place one more after. So it's the end of my turn, and now Luke's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move here.
That's one action.
Then I'm gonna reveal a tile here.
Yes.
And move on it.
Okay, so you've used your 2 actions to move. Let's see what kind of tile you ended up on.
So on this tile, I have to see if there's any treasures or encounters.
All right, go ahead and roll a die. Let's see what you get.
2.
Luke rolled a 2, and that means, again, there's going to be a treasure and an encounter on this tile.
I'm gonna put a treasure and an encounter card on it.
That's a long reach. Here, I'm going to help you. There's your encounter card. What'd you get? Uh-oh, it's a bear trap. You wouldn't normally expect to see a bear trap down here. Maybe a hero trap. So this is a trap. What Luke has to do right away is a free disarm action. So he's going to have to choose his brawn or skill and roll that number of dice. And then every roll of 4 or more is a success. And he needs 3 successes in order to avoid taking damage.
I'm going to use my brawn, which will allow me to roll 5 dice.
All right, let's see what you get. And Luke, you did good because you needed to get at least 3 successes. And you got exactly 3. So the luck of Luke carries through even to the game of Dungeon Run. He's beat the bear trap, so he gets to collect this in his loot pile. And now he's taken his 2 actions, so his turn's over.
Nope, it isn't. I have this certain one that you can get a free action.
That's right. Luke has the possessive ability, and that means he can make a free search action at the end of his turn. And sure enough, there's a treasure there. So let's see what you got.
I've got the Thieves' Tool.
Now, the Thieves' Tool require the talent ability, and unfortunately, Luke has the War ability, so he won't be able to use these Thieves' Tools. But what they would do is they would give him an extra die roll anytime he's trying to disarm a trap, like he just did. Doesn't look like he really needs them anyway. Okay, so that's the end of Luke's turn. Now it's my turn. So what am I going to do for my turn? Well, I'm going to go, and I'm going to move as well, and then I am going to go... I think I'm going to move north. Let's see what's over here. So I'm going to reveal a new tile. Uh-oh, we've got an underground channel. So I've landed on the first of the special tiles. This is the underground channel. Now I have to roll my brawn upon entering, and 2 rolls of 4 or more is a success. Otherwise, I have to swim across, and I get wounded. And I lose 2 wounds. I'm not too worried because I only need to get 2 successes. Should be a breeze. Oh, wait. My brawn is 1. This is so unfair. I can't possibly succeed. I can only roll 1 die.
And it's not even a success.
It wasn't. It was I rolled a 2. Oh, brother. So I'm off to a wonderful start. Okay, so I've fallen in the water, but I swim across, and I take 2 wounds. Brother. Okay. So it's the end of my turn now. Now we would go back to Andrew as the first player. Now, she wouldn't normally get a turn. She would have to take the roam action, which is where if we had any monsters on the board, they would all have to move at least 1 tile, and she would get to choose where they moved. However, there's no monsters. So, instead, Andrew's just going to take her first player token and pass it over to Luke, and now it's Luke's turn.
And for my turn, I'm going to move.
All right.
And to make it fit, I have to turn it. And I'll roll to see if there's any goodies on my tile.
All right. A 1. And so a 1 means there's going to be both a treasure on the tile and an encounter card. Let's see what kind of encounter card it is. Okay, so this ridiculous looking monster is called a Mimic, and its special ability is it does not roam, so it won't move during the roam phase. However, look, it attacks with 8 dice, but only 6s count as hits.
I'm going to roll 8 dice.
All right, shake them up real good. Okay, let's see what happens. Not bad at all, only 1 6. All right, so despite rolling 8 dice, only 1 of them is going to be a potential hit against Luke. But now you get to attack back against this piece of furniture. Okay, so how many dice do you get to roll, Luke?
5.
All right, 5 dice Luke gets to roll. So in order to hit the Mimic, Luke had to roll at least a 4, and he's rolled 3 potential hits.
So I'm going to block with 1 and hit him for 2.
Okay, so we'll put 2 wound markers on the furniture. So the Mimic is still alive, but I'm guessing I know what Luke wants to do for his next action.
Attack!
All right, so let's roll that attack again. And so Luke's rolling 8 dice. Go ahead, Luke. How many are you going to get there? 1 potential hit. So Luke rolled 1-6, which is one potential hit against Luke. But now Luke gets to hit back with his 5 dice. Let's see how many you got. And Luke hits on rolls of 4 or more, and sure enough, he's done it. And of course, no surprise, Luke's rolled exactly what he needs to roll. 3 potential hits. He's going to block with one of them. And what are you going to do with those other 2?
Attack.
Okay, so that's going to be 2 wounds on the Mimic, which means the Mimic has been killed and goes to your loot pile. And now, of course, Luke has his special free action, which means you get to search the tile. Let's see what you got.
So, this is garbage.
It's not garbage. It's the silver sensor. Well, it's kind of garbage. Luke can't use it because you have to be a prayer hero. But this would allow you to roll an extra die when attacking an undead monster or undead hero. But as Luke says, he can't really use it. So that wraps up Luke's turn, and now it's my turn. Now, my character's sopping wet from having swam across the Underground Channel. I'm going to move forward onto a new tile. So on this tile, I'm going to have to roll a die and see if I have any treasures or encounters. I rolled a 5, which means I won't be getting a treasure, but I do have to face a monster. Okay, let's see what kind of enemy I face. Might not be a monster, it could be a trap. It's a monster. Possessed Armor.
That's cool.
So this monster's kind of cool. Its attack rating you can see as a star, which means I actually have to roll a die to see how many attack dice it's going to get. So I'll do that right now. Alright, so it's going to be attacking with 4 dice, and rolls of 5 or 6 are going to be hits. And look at its defense. In order to hit it, I have to roll 6 or more. That's ridiculous. Not to sound like a chicken here, but honestly, I'd much rather avoid this monster, but I can't. When you first encounter a monster, you have to go through the attack. So I'm going to roll this monster's 4 attack dice right now. Alright, so the monster's rolled 1 potential hit against me with this 5, but now I get to roll my magic against it, which is going to give me 5 attack dice. I have to roll 6s in order to hit. Alright, here we go. Come on, 6s. Oh, I got 1 6. Now I could use this 6 to block the monster, or I could use it to hit. And I'm actually tempted to hit, because the monster only has 2 life, so 1 more hit kills it. So probably, next turn I could kill it. So I think I'm going to stay here. I'm going to hit this monster with 6, but because I didn't block his attack, I'm also going to take a wound. So 1 wound to me, 1 wound to the monster, and now I get to take another turn. So I'm going to attack that monster myself. So first I have to roll a die and see what the attack rating is for this Possessed Armor. Oh dear, I've rolled a 6. Okay, so that couldn't have gone much worse. So now I have to roll 6 dice for the Possessed Armor. And again, rolls of 5 or 6s are going to be potential hits against me. Here we go. Okay, thankfully though, again, only 1 potential hit against me, this 6. So I'll put that there. So now I get to attack back, and I have to roll my 5 attack dice. All I need is just 1 6. Oh, the last one. Perfect. Okay, so with that 1 6, again, I'm not going to block. This is not really good because now it means I've been wounded again. However, I am going to be hitting the monster back. So that means 2 wounds on the monster kills it, and I get to collect this and put it in my loot pile. Also, I have this special ability called Unholy Offering. So instead of making my free rally action, I can roll a number of dice equal to my skill rating, and if any of them can total up to 7, I can completely heal all my wounds. I'm going to try that. So I'm going to roll 3 dice for my skill and see what happens. I'm rolling 3 dice. I need to find a way for them to add up to 7. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that didn't quite go in my favor. So I now have 4 wounds and only 5 life. So you guys should let's just all be nice to each other for the next couple of turns, all right? All right, so that is the end of my turn and the end of this video. But before we go, in the last video, I asked you guys to vote on which of us heroes you would like to support. And Andrea got the most votes.
Yes.
Why do you think that is anyway?
Because they're trying to get on my good side after what they did to me in Small World.
Probably. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave you guys. We're going to show you an overview of the board as it is right now and the cards in Andrea's hands. And then you guys need to propose what Andrea should do at the beginning of her next turn. She's going to pick the one she likes the best, although you can influence that. If you see someone posting a good suggestion you like, give it a thumbs up in the YouTube comments. That'll probably be the one you pick, right?
Yeah.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're just getting things started here. We hope to see you next time. See ya.
See ya.